In a game that seemed like it just wasn't going to happen for the Raptors, they pull it out in the end with a marginal 109-108 victory. We're going to break down everything you need to know about today's game in today's post-game show. Welcome, NBA and Raptors fans, to today's post-game show. The Raptors took down the Brooklyn Nets by 1 point. The Raptors pretty much trailed this one all the way throughout, right until the end. Some clutch free throws, a big run near the end of the game. Get it done for the Raptors, who have won twice in a row against a team that is one seed below them. Make sure if you enjoyed today's post-game show, you drop a like on the video. Let other Raptors fans know it's a post-game show worth watching. And if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe for a post-game show for every single Toronto Raptors game. And for today, a little bit of a surprise post-game show. I actually wasn't able to catch the entire game here. I was at the Raptors 9-5 game, hence the gear, but was able to get back for the end of the game to see the huge moments that resulted in the victory for the Raptors and was obviously following along throughout the entire game. And the Raptors, they needed a big win here. They move up to 34-27 on the season and starting to put those two blowout losses against the Hornets and Hawks in the rear view mirror. The Brooklyn Nets are the team in the 8 seed. Raptors are the 7 seed, looking to maintain that position. And despite the injuries the Brooklyn Nets have, you can only beat what is in front of you, and the Raptors did exactly that on back-to-back nights. Yesterday, a little bit of a formality, completely crushed them throughout the game. Today, that just wasn't quite the case. The Brooklyn Nets had a lot of offensive sources tonight, and maybe some little bit of bad officiating resulted in making this a little bit more difficult for the Raptors, but what a team, what resolve to come away with this one. And I mean, the clutch is where it is the most important for the Raptors. I talk about all the time how, you got to win those really close games. You got to find a way to win those close games against good Eastern Conference teams. And today was the perfect example of that. Again, Raptors pretty much down throughout the game, but near the end, they go on that monster 10-0 run. And then late in the game, Gary Trent Jr. with a clutch free throw after clutch free throw, 9 for 9 from the line. The Raptors typically not the best free throw shooting team, but 20 for 23 from the line today. Without those free throws, as you can see by the scoreline, they just simply don't win this game. Scotty Barnes with a monster block near the end of the game. Thaddeus Young with some great defensive sets all around. Great effort. The refs took Siakam out of the game late with a really, really bad call for his 6th foul. Like a really bad call. Like if anything, it should have been an offensive foul on Curry, but nonetheless, Siakam fouls out, but Precious Achiuwa stepped in and did a job that he needed to do to help this team get over the line. So let's look a little bit into what really helped this team get there by diving into the stats, and a lot of players chipping in offensively today. Siakam really starting to find his feet now. 7 for 19 from the field, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Great stat line. Without the fouls, you may have seen an even more impressive stat line. Gary Trent, not the most efficient, but stepped up when he needed to. 9 for 9 from the line again, as I said. And look at that, 7 assists for Gary Trent. A rare sight to see, but a welcome one for sure. Scotty Barnes with 18 follows up that impressive 28 points from last night. 8 for 13 from the field, 10 rebounds, crashing the offensive glass. And even the bench providing some great looks for us. Thaddeus Young, the veteran, giving us 11 off the bench. Brooklyn today, they just had a lot of people who chipped in. They had a bunch of players get 10 points, 5 players with at least 10 points, and another 2 with 9 and 8 respectively. Even Goran Dragic managed to get 10 today, and so far the higher ambitions of the Brooklyn Nets not quite working out for Goran Dragic, and the Raptors fans let him have it. Curry was a lot better today, hit that ridiculous shot late to really give Brooklyn Nets any sort of hope, and James Johnson, former Raptor, actually had himself quite the night. Overall, as a team, this is where maybe we can find a little bit of a separation, and it's more of a typical night for the Raptors here. So the Raptors typically don't shoot as well as their opponent, and Brooklyn, who maybe don't have as much talent on the court right now, they shoot well. 50-40, Raptors shoot 46-30, but we get more of those shots up. That's just the way the Raptors play right now. They don't shoot as well. They're one of the more inefficient teams in the league, but this is where they make it up. Rebounding is one of them, and sometimes it comes from turnovers. Not today, but rebounding, those extra possessions is what got us this win. Look at that, 16 offensive rebounds to 7 from the Brooklyn Nets. That is where the Raptors make up the points. Free throw as well. The free throw percentages, 87% for the Raptors. Very good for the Raptors, who are typically not a very good free throw shooting team. So wasn't the prettiest of performances from the Raptors, but They held themselves in the game. They maintained course. They kept it close, and that's what good teams need to do. Keep it close, even when you're not playing that well. The good teams find a way to win the games where they don't play particularly well. This is a good example for the Raptors doing just that. Brooklyn had a good game based on who was missing for them. Raptors maybe could have been better, but the most important thing is this thing at the end of the day, the final score. Keep it close, down the stretch, find a way to get those clutch baskets. And even when Brooklyn threw that zone defense against us near the end of the game, the Raptors found their answers. We got to shout out Malachi Flynn as well, holding it down in the absence of Fred VanVleet. 15 points from Malachi Flynn today, 6 for 11 from the field, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Just what we needed from Malachi. He's really showing us that he can be potentially that backup point guard that this team needs. We desperately need that backup point guard. I've had a ton of criticism for Malachi Flynn this season. I think it's very warranted, but nice to see him in this opportunity, maybe building up a little bit of that confidence. I really hope he can keep this once he's back on the bench. Once Fred VanVleet returns, I expect Fred to be back for the next back-to-back against the Pistons and the Orlando Magic. So Malachi Flynn would really love to see him maintain this sort of confidence, maintain this sort of ability. He's always been a smart player. We need him to get that consistency with his jump shot. Finding it a little bit right now, and it's a very, very welcome sight for sure for the Raptors. So great win. Great win. Really loved how we bounced back from those 2 straight blowout losses with 2 straight wins against the Brooklyn Nets. One of them being a blowout, one of them being a really, really tough affair down the stretch. I'm super happy. Sad I wasn't able to catch the full game, but enjoy my time always watching the Raptors 905. But hey, the Raptors win. It is a good time to be a Raptors fan. Lots of great stuff happening in the present. A lot of great stuff is going to happen in the future. So thank you so much for watching this post-game show. Thank you for understanding my circumstance for this one. No live stream for this one, but we typically do drop a live stream and run a live stream for every single Raptors game. So if you want to join the watch parties, check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/amateursports. Link is in the description. And make sure to subscribe to Amateur Clips for a post-game show for every single Raptors game. I hope to see you at the next one on Thursday. We'll see you there.